Hey guys, I have been reading on the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States, and I came upon a couple of paragraphs that are absolutely explosive um, in comparison to Biden and the Democrats in Congress and what they believe their roles are in government. And I, I know they know nothing of this. Okay? I think anybody who intends to run in government should know this. But I don't, they don't. They don't. Based on their attitude. So I'm going to read a couple of pages to put it in context. Um, but I'll show you where I get to the paragraphs in question. Okay. Historical background of the Constitution. The first plan of national government the United States had was not the Constitution, but a plan called the Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union. The name was soon shortened to the Articles of Confederation by most people. The Confederation, which is a loosely joined group of states that gives only limited powers to a central government, with each state keeping the most important powers for itself, turned out to be the wrong type of government. For the 13 states that then made up the United States of America, it did not work very well and lasted only a short time. The Articles of Confederation was drawn up in 1777, and the last state did not ratify or agree to it until 1781. It went out of existence in 1789 when the Constitution was adopted or accepted. Until the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, the states had been under the rule of England, and at the time were fighting the Revolutionary War to remain free. The reason they had chose the Confederation was that they were afraid that if the central government was given too much power, they would be trading their newly found freedom for another kind of tyranny, which is unreasonably harsh rule of their own making. When the Constitution was adopted, these fears were seen to have been unnecessary, but after their experience with English rule, the states could not be blamed for having had them. The plan of government called for no central power except an assembly, which is a gathering of persons. There was no executive, who is a person who sees that the laws are carried out, and there was no judiciary, which is a system of courts. The assembly was called Congress, but had none of the legislative or lawmaking powers our Congress national legislation has today. Congress could not tax, which is raise money to support the government. It could only ask the states for money. It could not raise an army. It could only ask the states for troops to defend the country. In fact, the members of Congress could not be made to attend meetings, and often so few came that a quorum, which is a number of members that must be present to do business, could not be had. When a quorum could be had, each state had only one vote, regardless of its size, and these votes were meaningless because Congress could not make either the states or individuals obey its commands. It was powerless. The states were slow to send troops for George Washington's Continental, which at the time was a national army. They felt they needed them at home for their own protection. They were even slower to send money to support the government and the army. After the Revolutionary War, things went from bad to worse. The states began printing paper money that was not backed by gold or silver, and the paper money became worthless. The states set up tariffs or taxes on goods crossing their borders, and trade slowed down. Some states even signed treaties with foreign governments. Thinking men all over the United States began to feel that something had to be done. In 1787, a convention or meeting was called in Philadelphia to revise, which is to change and improve, the Articles of Confederation. Delegates, representatives, came from all over the states except Rhode Island. Instead of changing the Articles of Confederation, the delegates, under the leadership of such great Americans as James Madison, Gouverneur Morris, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, and George Washington, decided on a bold new plan, one that no other country had ever tried, to write a constitution setting up federal government for the states. Now here's where it gets. Now, we've all set it up, right? I've set it all up. Here it comes. Here it comes. Now watch this. Hold on to your seats. That this federal government would have three branches. A legislative branch responsible for making the laws. An executive branch responsible for seeing that the laws are carried out. And a judicial branch responsible for explaining the laws and providing just courts of law. It would also be a government of checks and balances. Each branch, okay, you ready? Hold on to your seats. Each branch is given powers to check or limit the action of the other two, so that no one branch may become more powerful than the others and attempt to take over the government. This divides evenly, or very nearly balances, the powers of the three branches. So there you go, in black and white. This is what Biden and the Democrats in Congress do not know. Okay, that the executive branch, okay, is responsible for seeing that the laws are carried out. He is Biden is big on writing all these executive orders, laws, all by himself. Angry at the judicial branch, the courts, for their decisions. You know. And the same thing with the Democrats in Congress. They're so angry at the courts that they want to stack the court. And the two of them want to attack the court. There's a checks and balances in place, which limits the power each branch has, so that not one or any branch can intimidate the others. So there you go, in black and white. There you go. You know, this is a very well invested book, because I pretty much knew everything that I'm reading, but to be told and to be taught it in clear language and to confirm everything I believed about our government and the way our government works, or is supposed to work. So what Biden and the Democrats in Congress are doing are against the Constitution. Their behavior is unconstitutional, basically. So, you know, the decisions of the laws, of the decision of the courts are to be respected. That's what's lacking up today. Nobody respects the court. And that is so tragic and so sad. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you later. All right. Take care. See you soon. Bye.